Black and White is the movie I'm reviewing today. This movie is on Sandra Okunzuwa TV. A recap of this movie talks about a pastor who was looking for a wife, and after finding this young girl, they got married only to find out that the girl was faking. The girl pretended to be a church girl just because her peers were getting married and time was clicking, and she decided to fake her identity or her attitude to get married. And the pastor wasn't taking this fake attitude because it was tarnishing his image. What then happened? Yes, they'll definitely have to find a way around it because divorce was not an option. So that's what this movie is about, Black and White. What I like about this movie, I'll start by saying that it was a funny movie for me. I took it as light-weighted movie. It wasn't anything serious at all. It was fun, it was interesting, funny, interesting in general. That was it. Nothing really serious was happening for me, and that was okay for a movie like this. So yeah, another thing I like about this movie is acting in terms of how Maurice took the pastor role very serious. He wasn't joking at all. He was very serious. He took this role personal from the way he was acting, especially when he found out that the wife was fake, in everything he knew about her. That was a serious move right there. And I love how he was quoting a lot of Bible verses in most of the all the scenes that he was in. He was quoting Bible verses, different Bible verses in relating to the conversation that was going around or in each scenes. So I like that a lot. So acting, Maurice did pretty good or pretty well actually, and others also brought a lot of their A game also. That was good. So acting for me was quite okay. Maurice stood out, so yes. Last but not the least thing that I want to talk about is costume, which obviously I'm relating this to Sandra Okunzuwa. She looks really good in most of her costume, and that was amazing. When she was acting as a church girl, or when she was acting as a someone who is in the world doing her thing, partying, smoking, drinking. Her costume in this particular movie was quite impressive. I like that. Those are the things I like about this movie. Yeah, just quite a few. Moving on to what I do not like about this movie, I'll start by saying that this movie is a photocopy. It's a copy of the original movie called Church Girl. If you have seen Church Girl, you don't need to watch this one. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Nothing has changed. The only difference is that the church girl, I think Christian acted it. Christian Ochenga acted that movie, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in that movie there was no pastor. So I mean, Christian was not a pastor who married Chioma Okafor. So that's just the only difference. This one, Maurice, who was looking for a wife, is a pastor. So that's the only difference between this movie Black and White and then Church Girl. That's the only difference. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing actually. And that was when I saw, I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing. I did not even fast forward the movie, and yeah, it is what it is. So again, that's something I do not like. It's just a photocopy, a replica of the original one called Church Girl. Another thing I don't like about this movie is how boring the movie is. You'll get irritated watching this movie. Trust me, it wasn't something I could sit through in one sitting to watch a movie like this. Nope. No, boring. And then this brings me to how long. I don't understand why a movie will be boring and long at the same time. 2 hours 30 minutes. Why the hell? And this movie is doing quite good numbers, 1 million views in a day. Like, yeah, it's YouTube, everybody has their audience, and so yeah, the movie was boring as hell, and then it was too long. Another thing I hate so much, and this brings me to cinematography. Of late, I'm not a fan of what Sandra Okunzuwa is doing with her cinematography or editing crew. I'm not a fan guy, so I hate how boring it is, how long it is, too long, you're dragging it. And this also, I hate how the cinematography of this movie looks like. I'm not a fan. And this in general, you see how lazy the movie is because of location. Location is another thing I hate about this movie. They talked about church, pastor preaching the gospel all the time, and there was no location for a church. Seeing how they dedicated everything to church, Maurice praying, preaching, evangelism here and there. There was no location for a church, and no. On that note, I'm going to give this movie a 2/10. Thank you so much for watching. My rating doesn't change a thing, so if you want to go and watch it, you are welcome. Will I recommend it? Definitely not, but that does not change anything. It's still going to do numbers regardless. This is YouTube. Numbers will always come, or your audience will always find you, no matter how mediocre, bad, terrible the movie is. If you have your audience, they will always tune in for you. So guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next movie review.